Welcome to Sleepy Tales. Thumbelina by Hans Christian Andersen.
Once upon a time, there was a kind woman who longed to have a child. One day she planted a magical seed given to her by a fairy. To her delight, the seed grew into a beautiful flower, and when the petals opened, there was a tiny girl no bigger than a thumb. The woman named her Thumbelina. Thumbelina lived happily with the woman, using a walnut shell for a bed and rose petals for blankets. She was very small but had a big heart and loved to sing and play. One night, while she was asleep, a big, ugly toad crept into her room. The toad thought Thumbelina would make a perfect bride for her son, so she carried her away to the pond where they lived. Poor Thumbelina woke up to find herself on a lily pad in the middle of the pond. She was very scared and didn't want to marry the toad. The fish in the pond felt sorry for her, so they nibbled at the stem of the lily pad until it broke free. Thumbelina floated away down the stream. As she floated along, a friendly butterfly came and kept her company. But soon, a big beetle saw her and decided to take her to his home. The beetle's friends didn't like Thumbelina because she was different from them. Feeling sad and lonely, Thumbelina was left all alone in the forest. Winter came and Thumbelina was cold and hungry. She found shelter in a field mouse's cozy burrow. The field mouse took care of her and introduced her to a wealthy mole who lived nearby. The mole wanted to marry Thumbelina and take her to live in his dark, underground home. Thumbelina didn't want to marry the mole, but she didn't know what to do. One day, while visiting the mole's tunnel, Thumbelina found a swallow lying injured on the ground. She took care of the swallow until he was strong enough to fly again. When spring came, the swallow offered to take Thumbelina away from the dark tunnels to a place where the sun always shone and flowers always bloomed. Thumbelina climbed onto the swallow's back, and they flew far away to a beautiful land filled with flowers. There, Thumbelina met a tiny king who was just her size. He had lovely wings and was the king of all the flower fairies. He fell in love with Thumbelina and asked her to be his queen. Thumbelina said yes, and the flower fairies gave her a beautiful pair of wings so she could fly with them. She and the fairy king lived happily ever after in the land of flowers, where Thumbelina was never lonely again. The end. Alright kids, the story of Thumbelina teaches us that even if you are small, you can have a big heart and be very brave. Thumbelina faced many challenges and met different creatures, but she never gave up. She showed kindness to everyone she met, even when things were hard. Remember, being kind and brave can help you find friends and happiness, just like Thumbelina did. No matter how small you are, you can do great things and find your place in the world.
Thank you for watching.